year's winners the Mayas, and one act will become the brand new AGT champion. The finale, it starts at 9 p.m. tomorrow. I am Terry Crews. Good night, America.
Later, Jimmy Fallon welcomes Chance the Rapper. NBC Tonight.
Everyone loves more of a good thing.
And more.
And Miss Moore was no different. As her name suggested, she loved more.
More?
So when Miss Moore was injured, she called Morgan & Morgan. With more lawyers, more offices, and more than $15 billion recovered, she didn't have to ask for more anymore. When you're injured, you deserve more.
One more?
Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
Good evening, Chris Allen here. Welcome to News 40 at 10 o'clock. And look at that high today, 89, 1 degree away from 90, but 9 degrees above the average of 80, 4 degrees shy of the record of 93 set back in 1923. Hopefully we're not going to get that warm again. What we need is some rain, and as temperatures have come way down from that 89, we're at 70 in Bowling Green. Elsewhere looking at 60s right now. There is some rain to show you on radar and in that 7-day forecast that's coming up in just a few minutes.
Good evening, and thanks for joining us tonight for News 40 at 10. I'm Morgan Hoover. We begin with continuing coverage tonight as members of Congress are scrambling to avoid a government shutdown. It appears to be an uphill battle in the House, with hard-right Republicans seeking to slash spending at all costs. Nicole Killian reports from Capitol Hill, where time is running out.
Can you guarantee that there will not be a shutdown at the end of this week?
Look, I have worked all my time to make sure that there would not be a shutdown.
House Speaker Kevin McCarthy is urging members to back a package of long-term spending bills to fund agencies from the Defense Department to Homeland Security, but with a caveat to include legislation that beefs up border security, a demand pushed by some conservatives.
Why are you making this such a sticking point to keeping the government open?
Because it's so easy, because the House and Senate didn't pass a new bill. If the president wants to shut the government down because he thinks the border should continue to run like this.
But the legislation is unlikely to pass the Senate and avert a shutdown.
There's no reason for us to be in this position.
In a new video, President Biden warned of the potential consequences, including service members who could go without pay. About 800,000 federal workers could also be furloughed. Jessica LaPointe is a single mom who works for the Social Security Administration.
We're just waiting and almost feeling abandoned by Congress at this point, as we're still expected to work for the American people without getting paid.
The Senate has unveiled a new bipartisan plan to fund the government through mid-November. It includes disaster relief and aid to Ukraine, but that could be a non-starter for some House Republicans who oppose more Ukraine funding. Nicole Killian, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
Senator Rand Paul was in Bowling Green today. We spoke to him about the potential government shutdown. The senator says it's mostly poor planning. He believes the government should not spend more money than it has. He also says he would vote for an extension.
Well, we need to do a better job. It's just not good planning. We didn't pass a budget this year, and now we haven't passed an appropriations bill. So what they tend to do is put it all together. So what I've said is I'm fine with giving an extension to let the government pass the appropriations bill, but I'm not fine with funding another government.
Again, that shutdown would go into effect October 1st if no progress is made. Senator Paul was in Bowling Green to celebrate a couple of local business owners who are officially back in business after the devastating December tornadoes of 2021. Owners Mary Beth and Ken Wilson have remodeled a house-like structure on the corner of Broadway Avenue and Magnolia Street. This building was originally destroyed by those tornadoes. It will now be able to house multiple businesses. Senator Paul attended the reopening today. He says he is excited to see the Wilsons get back on their feet.
It's amazing to see our community come together, all the people at the time, who came out to help those who were in need, all of the linesmen. I remember meeting with the linesmen right after. Just think about the sheer amount of job of getting all the lines back up and getting us back to running smoothly with electricity. But now here we are, a couple years later and saying, wow, we're really getting back to normal. We've actually finished the project, and it takes a while.
The structure is set to host up to 4 different tenants. Another business could be making its way to the historic Shake Rag district of Bowling Green. Owners of Traveler Cellar Winery are working to purchase the old State Street High School gymnasium. Wine aficionado Derek Huff said he and his wife visited the property a few weeks ago. They had been looking to open up a wine bar downtown, and when they toured the place, they decided to turn a portion of the building into something that this area is lacking. They say a speakeasy. They plan for the actual gymnasium to be the wine bar, but downstairs will be a swank time machine to the early 1900s.
But when we found this building, we were captivated by its character, the history here, and what a fantastic space or venue space it could be.
The Huffs have big dreams for the building, looking to WKU interior design students to brainstorm their version of a prohibition-esque and upscale speakeasy, including a small cigar lounge to fit the times, live jazz and live blues music as well.
And when you walk in, the main entrance is going to be right there, and we'll have a vestibule, and inside that vestibule, in true speakeasy fashion, there will be some sort of mechanism. We're trying to figure that out. An old cigarette machine or an old bookshelf, and you pull the right book and the door opens, kind of thing.
The Huff said they want to respect the history of the building and the district as much as possible. They're looking into working with many people on how to keep things as authentic as they can be. The Warren County School District is saying out with the old and in with the new as they tear down the old Cumberland Trace Elementary School. The district plans on keeping the property and building a new facility after 18 months of research and planning. The new building will be a leadership and innovation center. The district is planning to hold a groundbreaking for that new building in mid-October.
So we've been researching and meeting with representatives for the past 18 months. So hopefully the first quarter of 2024, we'll start seeing some ground moving here on that new facility.
He added that if anyone is feeling nostalgic, old pictures, varsity jackets, other memorabilia are actually in the new Cumberland Trace Elementary School. Well, as fall begins, many are already planning for the holidays. And if you're a family in need this holiday season or know someone who might need help, one organization is looking to lighten the load of Christmas shopping. The Barron County Glasgow Salvation Army is opening applications for this year's Angel Tree. You have until Thursday to get your applications in. You can swing by the Barron County Family YMCA and pick up your application. You must bring your SNAP benefits documentation with you. The annual Angel Tree program provides an opportunity for the community to help provide Christmas gifts for those in need. Applications for donations are not open just yet, but News 40 will update you as soon as they are. In Butler County, the animal shelter is helping local dogs get all cleaned up. Their dog wash for donations is helping them pave the way for their new facility. News 40 reporter Tucker Covey has more details.
Ruby Fuchs and the Butler County Animal Shelter are continuing a tradition of washing dogs as a way to raise money for the shelter.
Before I even started at the animal shelter, I would come and volunteer and do a couple dog washes for the previous director as a means to raise funds.
The service is a way for the animal shelter to not only raise some money for daily operation, but it also allows them to be a direct service to Butler County.
We get to see the community's pets and ask if they need anything and let them know we're here for them if they ever need anything or any assistance of any kind.
Many people use the service often and have for years. They say it helps them keep their dogs clean and it helps the shelter financially.
I bring my dog here to get her nails tripped because I can't do her anymore and Ruby does it for me all the time.
The hope is that through events and services like the dog wash, the shelter will be able to fast-track the construction of a modern facility on the land they recently acquired.
We are really hoping. They need it bad. They need it really, really bad. I help bring things down for the yard sale to go to it and help out whenever she needs me if I can.
In Butler County, because local matters, Tucker Covey, WNKY News 40.
All right, Tucker. Well, it's officially fall, even if it feels a little warm out there. But this time of year, there's a greater possibility that you might run into a venomous snake. We want you to be aware and safe. Snakes typically like to migrate when the seasons change. You could potentially see snakes like cottonmouths, timber rattlesnakes, and copperheads. They all pose a serious risk.
The further north you go, the fewer kinds of snakes you have, but copperheads are pretty common all through Warren County where it's forested. Most snake bites happen when either you step on a snake or you're trying to catch it or trying to kill it.
It's pretty common for someone to be bitten by the copperhead snake, and without medical attention, that bite could be deadly. Experts say to back away from that snake, take the bite seriously, and always seek medical attention. We'll get to more news in a bit, but I want to check back in with Weather Chief Chris Allen. Chris, definitely doesn't feel like fall out there.
No, it doesn't. And those snakes are looking for water, by the way. So we're looking for water too, but we don't want to get bitten, so we stay out of their way. 4-hour clouds and radar not showing anything here, but I've been watching some of these thunderstorms back to the northwest. Some of these have a lot of lightning with them. Some of those have even been strong to possibly severe just north of Carbondale, Illinois. Our coverage of rain is going to go up beginning late tonight for some of you west of Bowling Green, but more likely tomorrow night and Thursday. Coverage at 60%, which is pretty good. It's the best chance of rain that we have seen in quite a while. I'll break it all down for you in the next 7 days coming up in just a few minutes. But right now, Patrick's here with a preview of sports.
All right, thanks, Chris. We have plenty coming up in sports tonight. WKU football is one day closer to their first Conference USA match of the year. See what Coach Helton had to say about their potential bounce-back win against MTSU. Plus, Louisville is getting ready for their own midweek matchup. Hear from Coach Brom in sports. Morgan.
All right, Patrick, and in health news now, if your eyes are itchy or nose is runny, ragweed and mold spores may be the culprits. Tonight we have some tips on tackling those autumn allergies. It's that time of year again. The air is crisp, the leaves will fall, and autumn allergies may act up.
Things like stuffy nose, drippy nose, sneezing, itching of the nose, or maybe itching, redness of the eyes.
Allergist Matthew Rank with Mayo Clinic says allergens floating in fall air can also trigger asthma symptoms. But there are ways to gain control. Rank says to first try saline nasal sprays or rinses, over-the-counter non-sedating antihistamines, and nasal spray medications.
Each of those medicines works a little bit differently as far as how fast they work and how well they work. And some of them, particularly the nasal steroid sprays, it's a really good idea to think about 2 to 4 weeks ahead of when your allergy season typically is and getting it started.
If symptoms can't be controlled, Rank says it's time to see an allergy specialist who can work on other treatment options to help desensitize you to the allergens or find what's causing the problem.
People that lose their sense of smell. This can happen from somebody who has severe environmental allergy, but that could be a sign that something else is going on.
Rank says the National Allergy Bureau website can also help.
And you can pick a counting station where they actually count the pollens close to where you live, and you can get some idea what's in the air currently.
Dr. Rank says anyone having asthma attacks leading to emergency room or hospital visits or requiring the use of a lot of rescue treatments should go see their allergy specialist too. Listen to this. The company Make Believe Ideas is recalling about 260,000 children's books, including the one Old MacDonald Had a Farm, due to a choking hazard for young kids. According to the Consumer Product Safety Commission, the recall covers 7 books under the Rainbow Road series board books. You can see them on your screen right now. The plastic binding rings that you see, they can detach from the books and cause a choking hazard. The company got 2 reports of the plastic rings detaching in the U.S., 1 in Australia. No injuries have been reported. Well, stay with us. Still to come on News 40 at 10. A judge has found Donald Trump engaged in fraud, overinflating the worth of his real estate holdings and misleading banks and insurers. Latest details on that ruling in just a bit. But first, Weather Chief Chris Allen is back after the break with a full look at our forecast. That's coming up next.
Pictionary.
Jump rope.
Jump rope is correct. 1, 2, 3. Every weekday, Pictionary on NBC 40.
I'm Ashley Wilson. Here's what's coming up tomorrow on News 40 Sunrise. Find out how you can have a great time over at Beach Bend with an upcoming event. Plus, learn the story of one local veteran and how they served our country in this week's Voices of Honor. These stories on News 40 Sunrise.
Life is a series of timely decisions. Will you be ready? Pathways Senior Care Advisors are here to help you navigate the right path. Call Pathways Senior Care Advisors Mary Coron and Stacy Carter for your free consultation at 270-901-1878 or visit pathwayssca.com. Better informed, better choices.
Prepare your child for a bright future by exploring fun at the Born Learning Trails. Each Born Learning Trail has a series of 10 interactive signs that offer fun and active learning activities for young children and their families.
Fly around and tweet, tweet.
United Way of Southern Kentucky invites you to explore a free trail near you today. Visit uwsk.org for a full list of park locations and to learn more. Happy trails!
Ford's is celebrating our 87th anniversary with a huge sale. Everything store-wide is on sale, and get up to 72 months no-interest financing. Save on bedrooms to sofas and dinettes to recliners during our anniversary sale going on now at Ford's Furniture.
Start your weekend off right with WNKY News 40 Sunrise. Feel Good Friday showcases stories that are sure to put a smile on your face. Feel Good Friday, brought to you by J.C. Kirby & Son. WNKY News 40 is always on at WNKY.com.
We're back with Weather Chief Chris Allen. Chris, we've been talking about the need for rain, but maybe that's in our future this week.
I think we'll see some. And you know, you were talking about the snakes and all. Right. You know, they're looking for water.
Right.
Like we're looking for water.
Don't blame them.
And then that song came to mind, Paula Abdul's "Cold Hearted Snake."
Are you gonna sing it for us?
I'll play it on the radio.
Okay, deal.
On Sam 100.7.
There you go.
Just in case you're wondering. Put in a little pitch there. 70, the temperature right now in Bowling Green with a calm wind, but it is a little sticky, a little muggy. 62 the dew point. Humidity at 76%. So even at this hour for this time of year to be at 70 degrees, that's a little toasty. Even at night, it feels rather humid. And the reason why, we've got an area of low pressure and an associated front that is going to try to work its way in here. And for the last several hours, I've been watching an increase in some of the showers and the thunderstorms back to our west along the Wabash River Valley. And some of that will try to even encroach into our area, excuse me, during the overnight hours. And you see this big shield of rain that is poised to come our way. Even 6 o'clock tomorrow morning, there may be a couple of showers in the area, followed by a break, and then the better chance of rain coming in as that low pressure system draws a little bit nearer to southern Kentucky. We hope so anyway, because we desperately need the rain. As we get into the day tomorrow, this is 11:30. You can still see some of those showers, mainly along and east of Interstate 65. The green shaded area, that is a level 1 marginal risk for a few strong to possibly severe storms tomorrow. The main threats with that would be maybe a strong gusty wind with a thunderstorm or even some hail, because on the backside of this and up aloft or higher up, there's enough cold air to maybe produce some hail with some of those thunderstorms, especially as we get into tomorrow afternoon and evening. Look at this. The model's putting out pretty good bets here that we're going to see stronger thunderstorms into the late afternoon for the drive home tomorrow evening. And then look at that. Coverage by tomorrow night and into Thursday morning is going to be pretty widespread. And even as you see here, 10 o'clock Thursday morning, before the front even comes in, the front's not going to come completely through. It is just these disturbances out ahead of the front that'll keep us in that risk marginal risk nonetheless for a possible strong storm or two. And then by Thursday evening, all of this should be out of here and we should be free of that. How much rain? Well, right now the model's putting out about a ½ inch of rain here in southern Kentucky, less to the west, a lot more to the central and eastern parts of the state where they could end up with an inch or more of rain. That's not to say somebody here couldn't end up with an inch of rain, but it's a possibility with some of the stronger storms through Thursday evening here in southern Kentucky. 62 tonight, increasing clouds. Maybe a shower late tonight or very early tomorrow morning, especially out to the west of us. And then tomorrow, showers and thunderstorms, 85. Same for Thursday, 82. Then we clear it up for the upcoming weekend with highs in the low to mid 80s. We are back with more News 40 at 10 right after this.
Buy the sofa, get the love seat half price. That's right, buy the sofa, get the matching love seat 50% off. United carries a great selection of in-stock stationery, reclining, and yes, even leather sofas and love seats. Buy the sofa, get the love seat half price. Hometown service with a smile for 77 years, only at United Furniture and Appliance, historic downtown Bowling Green.
United Furniture. Couldn't ask for anything more.
When Daniel Cameron says he absolutely supports bringing back Matt Bevin's ruthless Medicaid plan, Cameron threatens to take away coverage from over 95,000 Kentuckians and punish working parents.
This sounds very similar to something that Governor Matt Bevin tried.
Well, absolutely. But when Cameron said he'd back Bevin's war on teachers and take taxpayer money from public schools to give to private schools instead, he'd punish Kentucky's kids. Cameron's absolutely wrong for Kentucky.
The Warren County Public Library presents New York Times bestselling author J.A. Jance, Wednesday, September 27th at the Nicely Conference Center. Join us as Jance discusses her latest novel, Blessing of the Lost Girls, a Brady and Walker novel. Free tickets are available at warrenpl.org.
I was raped by my stepfather after years of sexual abuse. I was 12. Anyone who believes there should be no exceptions for rape and incest could never understand what it's like to stand in my shoes. This is to you, Daniel Cameron. To tell a 12-year-old girl she must have the baby of her stepfather who raped her is unthinkable. I'm speaking out because women and girls need to have options. Daniel Cameron would give us none.
At WNKY News 40, we're always on. WNKY.com has the latest in breaking news, local headlines, weather forecasts, and sports highlights. WNKY News 40, because local matters. Well, the federal government and 17 states are suing Amazon in a landmark monopoly case. The complaint alleges Amazon unfairly promotes its own platform and services at the expense of third-party sellers who rely on its e-commerce marketplace for distribution. For example, the FTC says Amazon has harmed competition by requiring sellers on its platform to buy Amazon's in-house logistics services to get the bestseller benefits. Those benefits are known as Prime eligibility. Amazon General Counsel pushed back against the FTC's accusations, saying the agency has departed from its mission of protecting consumers and competition. And a judge just ruled that Donald Trump, his son Don Jr., and Eric, and the entire Trump organization committed extensive and persistent fraud over a decade. The ruling says the former president inflated the value of his assets by billions of dollars and lied about his net worth on financial documents to banks and insurance companies. Scott McFarland has more details.
A judge has found Donald Trump engaged in fraud, overinflating the worth of his real estate holdings and misleading banks and insurers. The ruling comes days before the Trump organization is to stand trial in a civil case alleging years of fraud and misconduct brought by New York Attorney General Letitia James last year.
Claiming you have money that you do not have does not amount to the art of the deal. It's the art of the steal.
In the ruling, the judge found Trump and top executives at the Trump organization lied about his assets in order to secure favorable loans and lower insurance premiums. In one instance, claiming his 10,000 square foot apartment was roughly 30,000 square feet. The judge summarizing Trump's approach to bookkeeping, this is a fantasy world, not the real world. The lawsuit from Attorney General James seeks $250 million.
And there cannot be different rules for different people in this country or in this state. And former presidents are no different.
When Trump was deposed in the case in August of last year, he pleaded the fifth and then repeated it more than 400 times.
Is that correct? Same answer.
Trump has repeatedly denied wrongdoing and lashed out at James for bringing the suit.
This raging maniac campaigned for office, ranting and raving about her goal. Her only goal is, we got to get Donald Trump. We got to get him. She knew nothing about me. I never heard of her.
In a statement to CBS News, a Trump spokesperson calls the ruling fundamentally flawed. The judge also ordered sanctions of some of Trump's attorneys, saying some of their arguments were, quote, frivolous. Scott McFarland, CBS News, Washington.
Well, stay with us. News 40's Patrick Carey is in the studio with a look at sports right after this.
Join the WNKY News 40 weather team. Visit WNKY.com to become a weather watcher.
Just rocking and rolling, baby.
Cut back tomorrow.
We got you all fixed up. Got it all fixed up for you, man. Let there be light, ma'am.
Looks like she finally called JB.
I'm attorney Deborah Brose. I am committed to my clients across South Central Kentucky. But don't just take it from me. If you have any trouble receiving Social Security benefits, call our office today for a free consultation.
Time to turn talk into action. Step 1, fire up your BetMGM Sportsbook. Step 2, make your pick. And step 3, showtime. Now that hunch has some weight to it. Every play, every game means something more. Because now, you're betting with the king of sportsbooks.
I'm Tommy Modesto. Join me for Soki's Choice on News 40 Sunrise. Every Tuesday, we'll showcase the top local entertainment, events, and happenings taking place across the South Central Kentucky region.
Soki's Choice, brought to you by J.C. Kirby & Son.
Enjoy a great lunch with a different food truck every week and help support our local charities.
Join us for Food Truck Fridays at the Tidballs parking lot on Chestnut Street. Part of your lunch purchase will be donated to a local nonprofit by Flora Templeton Stewart and our food trucks.
Food Truck Friday has collected over $10,000, making a difference in our community.
Brought to you by the law firm of Flora Templeton Stewart.
The Jennifer Hudson Show is here.
You're going to bless people every day.
Something hits you in your heart. We're doing it all.
Weekdays at 2 on NBC 40.
Welcome into sports. We had some soccer action happening tonight. To Warren East High School first, as the Lady Raiders hosted Logan County High School. Lady Raiders have been dominant this season and continued it tonight, shutting out Logan County 9-0. Warren East moves to 18-1 on the season with their only loss being the Lexington Catholic. Lady Raiders sit atop the 4th region with just one regular season match remaining. Well, to the other side of town now, as the South Warren Spartans were in action as well, hosting Davies County. The 12-3-2 Spartans are looking to close out the regular season tonight with a win, and they did just that, defeating Davies County on senior night 1-0. Spartans will kick off district tournament play next Monday. Well, the Steve Lutz era has officially begun on the Hill as the Tops officially tipped off their first practice of the season. Lutz was named the 16th head coach in Hilltopper history back in March and has spent the summer building his roster. Tops are set to tip off the 2023 season on Wednesday, November 6th, hosting Kentucky Wesleyan. Well, the WKU Lady Toppers have also officially started practicing as well. Greg Collins and the Lady Toppers are preparing for the new season after falling to MTSU in the Conference USA Championship last season. Lady Toppers will begin the season season on October 31st, hosting Lane College. Well, WKU football is gearing up for the 100 Miles of Hate rivalry on Thursday. The Tops will welcome MTSU to the Houch after falling in back-to-back contests over the last 2 weekends. WKU is currently 2-2 on the year, looking to cement their first win in CUSA play this week. For head coach Tyson Helton, he's looking forward to the quick turnaround.
5-day turnaround from our last game. In some ways, I kind of like it, to be honest with you. You know, it gets here on you quick. You get to go out there back at home, play fast. You know, had a tough loss at Troy, and I can't think of any better way of, you know, hurrying up 5 days later and try to get back on that field and see if we can go get a big win.
Well, the 4-0 Louisville Cardinals are looking to make it 5 straight wins to kick off the Jeff Brom era this week. The Cards will visit the NC State Wolfpack on Friday night in Raleigh. Louisville is currently averaging 43 points per game through their first 4 matchups. Here's what Coach Jeff Brom had to say about preparing for NC State.
They're very aggressive in their approach, and I just think that they're going to challenge you to make plays. You're going to have to win some one-on-one battles. They're going to load the box and stop the run. So I just think they're very well coached, and they play very aggressive.
And finally, the Tennessee Titans are currently preparing for a Week 4 matchup with the Cincinnati Bengals. The Titans are coming off a tough loss against the Cleveland Browns this past Sunday. Tennessee only posted 130 yards of offense against the Browns while logging just 3 points. For wide receiver Chris Moore, here are his thoughts on the Titans offense.
Personally, as an offense, we just had to go out there and execute better. There was a lot of plays we could have made. We gotta finish these plays and go out there and just be better.
That's a look at sports. We'll be right back.
Morris Jewellery is this area's independent and trusted source for diamonds. We're an experienced direct diamond importer, and custom design is our specialty. With diamond engagement rings starting at $33 per month, our prices can't be beat.
I was raped by my stepfather after years of sexual abuse. I was 12. Anyone who believes there should be no exceptions for rape and incest could never understand what it's like to stand in my shoes. This is to you, Daniel Cameron. To tell a 12-year-old girl she must have the baby of her stepfather who raped her is unthinkable. I'm speaking out because women and girls need to have options. Daniel Cameron would give us none.
Enjoy a great lunch with a different food truck every week and help support our local charities.
Join us for Food Truck Fridays at the Tidballs parking lot on Chestnut Street. Part of your lunch purchase will be donated to a local nonprofit by Flora Templeton Stewart and our food trucks.
Food Truck Friday has collected over $10,000, making a difference in our community.
Brought to you by the law firm of Flora Templeton Stewart.
BG Home Furnishings is proud to be the official furniture supplier of WKU Athletics. Come on.
We love to support our Tops and our Tops fans.
WNKY News 40 is always on at WNKY.com.
When we hear that sound, the competition is on.
Wow, we certainly have a dramatic game ahead of us.
I'm taking a deep breath. I hope you are too.
Can you think quick enough?
It's very crazy.
And bet big enough?
12,400. Whoa, he's betting everything.
The stakes are high. The clock is ticking.
This is nerve-wracking.
Do you have what it takes for Jeopardy?
Weeknights at 6 on WNKY NBC 40.
Well, a new version of Pictionary is coming out. This version actually has a high-tech twist. The maker of the game, Mattel, announced today that artificial intelligence will become a player in the game. So that's interesting. The usual way the game is played, someone draws a card, you sketch the picture. If the player's team guesses the word, they roll a die, you move around the board. But in this new version, players still sketch words from a card, but instead of your friends guessing, it's AI that makes the guess. Players can earn points by guessing whether the artificial intelligence will figure out the answer. You can begin ordering the game tomorrow. It's going to hit shelves next week, but interesting. Artificial intelligence taking over everything. Patrick.
Well, you don't have to wait till then. We can play right now. So
you think you could stump
I drew a card.
AI?
What do you guys think it is?
Oh, well, you got to show the screen.
It's us.
You can't see it.
No, it's actually not. No, I'm just totally kidding.
Wow, it is. I love what you've done with my hair. And that's a beautiful portrait of Chris.
Incredible. I know.
Yeah.
Yes. And you drew me skinny. That's even better.
Incredible portrait of Chris. I love that.
Here's a look at the 7-day forecast. A few showers late tonight for some of you, but the better chance of rain tomorrow and Thursday, along with a few thunderstorms. Highs in the low to mid 80s.
All right,
fall weather.
Chris. Yeah, maybe. Okay. Thank you guys so much. Thank you at home for joining us tonight. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning starting at 6 a.m. Have a great night.